Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all had a great weekend. As of today, recording for me, it's Monday, so back to recording videos. So today is a bit of a funny story actually. I wasn't even planning on getting this set, nor the other set, which I'm still on the fence of. I might pick it up. But I was at a friend's house recently, and we do sometimes have some movie nights with game nights and things like that, and he decided to stick on Thunderbolts, or the New Avengers if they want to rebrand it to that. Stupid anyway. But we kind of got into the movie, and I did enjoy most of it, not all of it. Some of it felt unnecessary and a bit of a drag, but this is not a movie review. But I enjoyed some of the characters. Them being Sentry, aka Bob, / the Void, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie yet. And one guy that I did enjoy, who I did like more in The Falcon and Winter Soldier, even though I hated that series, was John F. Walker, aka Captain America / now US agent. And when Marvel announced this pack a while ago, I, again, didn't have no interest in it. I wasn't collecting Legends again at the time. But I watched the movie, enjoyed most of it, and I thought, why not grab the 2-pack and take a look at the figures, see if that entices me to continue into Marvel Legends, aside from Daredevil and Punisher. So here we are. I decided to pick up this 2-pack. I got it on a sale. A friend on a Facebook group was selling it. So I thought, why not? And here we are. So let's just move these figures to the side really quick. Again, I'm not much of a packaging guy. But we'll take a look at the packaging. So here we have the back. We have the bios for the two, John F. Walker. And it says, after losing the title of Captain America, John F. Walker must face the sins of his past when a covert mission turns into something much more sinister. Again, alluding to the movie. And then we have Sentry, aka Bob. They didn't put his, they have put his full name here, but he goes by Bob in the movie. Which, yeah, generic name, hey ho. Don't know if that's his actual name in the comics or anything like that. Again, comics guys, let me know in the comment section below. It says, beneath the surface, seemingly ordinary yet mysterious Robert Reynolds, I suppose they didn't go full on the nose and call him Ryan, holds the power to become the Sentry, the strongest hero the world has ever known. I do like the character of Sentry. I like the idea of Sentry. He's basically the Superman of Marvel, from what I can tell. Again, comment section, do your thing and let me know. But that's the back of the packaging. We have the sort of agenty sort of file system kind of thing, when they're loading up a mission, saying these are your targets, yada yada. The side of the box is just the same thing. It's just those profiles. The front of the box is just this open window, Thunderbolts logo on the side, nice yellow open backing, sort of match the motif of the movie. And then side of the box, all your legalese, and that's it. Let's get into the meat and gravy of this review. Let's start off with Sentry, just because I find him to be the more striking one of the box, and the character that I got the box for. So, right off the bat, I do wish, although it is accurate to the movie, I do wish he was a bit more bulkier. Just because he does look really skinny. And what really emphasises his skinny look is the glaring thing that everyone has kind of noticed is his hands. Both sets of hands are very oversized for him. I don't know if it's because the way the gauntlets are moulded, they're sort of muscle formed and then they go to the wrist and then the fist. And it's just, I might start looking for alternative hands just to sort of see if I can get a smaller pair, maybe some Valaverse ones or something like that, just to sort of slim them down, because they are quite poppingly big. The other thing is, plastic cape, You all know how I feel about plastic capes. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. For me, when it comes to superheroes with capes, it should always be wired. Should always be wired soft goods. But nonetheless, he is a decent looking figure. The head sculpt, really nice likeness to the actor. Though I do think the lips could have done with maybe going a shade darker, just to sort of bring them out a little bit more, because they do look like they're kind of overbiting each other and getting lost in there a bit. But yeah, very good likeness to the actor. Nice blonde hair with some with a nice wash sort of in there. He is normally a brunette in the movie, but they dye his hair blonde when he comes out and debuts as the Sentry. Nice details on the costume. As with MCU figures, they're all nice and textured and have these lines and things. Sort of modernise the look. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. I do kind of like this, if I'm being honest. I do wish the gold was a bit more of a deeper gold, or maybe just like have some more deeper gold panels. He does have a gold trim going throughout on the shoulders there. That sort of bleeds into the blue as well to break it up, as well as on the boots. But articulation wise, doesn't have much in the head. I do wish there was more, but because the hair sculpt and things like that, he can't sort of look up when he's flying. That's as much as you're going to get. Does have a nice down though, so sort of when he's floating there, he can be looking down and things like that. It's just a single neck joint, I believe. Yeah, and that is on a ball joint. Sorry. Doesn't have a butterfly, but does have a elbow joint, single elbow joint, hinge, so you can rotate. Bicep swivel, as always, pinless as well, so double pinless elbow. Get a nice range of movement there. And then obviously you have your wrist articulation that is on a in and out hinge. Just going to move that out of the way. Do have a ball jointed at the torso. Sorry, not the camera there. You don't get much in terms of backwards due to the cape, but you do get nice tilt forward. You do have a bit of a waist rotation, but because of the belt, it will malform the belt, and you don't get much, but you can twist at the waist there. And then you obviously have ball joints at the thighs, thigh rotation as well, but again, because of the way these lines are, you do break up that sort of sculpt. Double pinless knees, so you do get a nice range of movement, and he will kick his own back. And then you don't get a boot swivel, unfortunately, but you do get forward facing pin for rocker on the foot. So overall, nice range of movement. And then of course you do get an alternative set of hands, these sort of open ones, and these just really further emphasize how big these hands are on there. So again, I need to look for alternative hands. I normally keep the fist hands on anyway, just because I like that sort of static pose when I have him on flight. But yeah, the hands are really just the main issue for this figure. If they just dial the hands down a little bit more, go down a size or two, this would be a really good figure all round. But that is Sentry. So let's just put him off to the side. He does not want to stand up for me. Because of the plastic cape, it does weigh him back, which is also why I prefer soft goods. So he's probably going to fall over to the side there. Yeah, fuck it. Let's move on to US Agent, aka John Walker. Nice figure all round, even though it is just a straight repaint of the original John Walker Captain America and what I'm going to call the rushed US Agent that they did for the end credits scene on that one. Because even on that end credit scene, he looks like this, though more cleaner, obviously, and he didn't have the, I think he might have had this shield at the end, I can't remember. But he does have the shield in the series. But let's get right into it. There's not much to tell with this one. The only new thing on here is the paint and the head sculpt. He has this nice sort of 5 o'clock shadow, which he has throughout the movie because he's going through a rough patch. The only thing I do wish is if they sort of gave an unmasked head with the 5 o'clock shadow on. That would have been really cool. But if you have the original Captain America, when John Walker became him, you probably can just swap the head for that, although it won't be accurate because it'll be a clean shaved look. But Wyatt Russell is a phenomenal actor in my opinion. I have followed him. I first seen Wyatt Russell in an episode of Black Mirror. That's when I first sort of got introduced to him. But articulation wise, nice ball peg, single joint unfortunately. So you get plenty of up and down. No, you do get a slight butterfly in there. But you do get a nice elbow joint. Shoulder joint, sorry. I keep calling it an elbow joint. Double pinless elbow. And your standard wrist articulation. That is on an in and out for a trigger finger. Not a ball joint in the waist. You just get this ab crunch. And then a rotating waist. And the belt does sort of come, the belt is loose so you can just sort of accommodate for both. And then ball joints at the thighs, as well as a thigh rotation. Double pinless knees, again this is a very stiff one, and even with the double joint that's all you're going to get because of the sculpt. You do get a boot cut right at the top there, and then as always forward facing pin for rocker for the foot joint. So it's all the same articulation as the previous two US Agent / John Walker figures. I'm just going to call him John Walker for now. And then he does come with 2 fists. Again, it's just the same as what we got before. But they are done in a deeper red because he is a darker colour scheme on this figure. And like you can see on the white, he's more dirtied up and things like that. They removed the A from the America helmet. Can't remember if he still had the wings though. I thought his helmet was just all black with a little bit of red in there. And then of course the new accessory is the new shield. Really nice, nicely detailed, nice and scratched up. Accurate to the movie, except for when he fights Sentry, Sentry then turns it into the taco shield. So it would have been nice if they would have included that. But unfortunately it comes with this shitty pegging and grip section. I get why they do it, so that way they can store it on his back as and when he needs to. But the thing with the clip system is that on the C grip it is notorious for breaking, whereas the straps one is a lot easier. So that is what it is, unfortunately. Kind of got a loss for words there. I do apologise. But overall, let's see if I can get this. Let's see if I can get Bob to stand. What do you guys think of this set? Did you pick it up? Did you enjoy the movie? Who's your favourite character out of that movie? Are you looking forward to seeing more of John Walker in Sentry? As always, guys, I'd appreciate if you leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. And whilst you're down there, take 2 seconds and hit that subscribe button with the notification bell so that way you don't miss future uploads. And there goes Sentry again. I will see you guys in the next video.